This heavily pregnant woman just left her prenatal checkup and sneezed so hard she peed her pants on the sidewalk. Luckily, she always brings a spare change of clothes when she goes out, and her husband's office was right nearby. She held back the discomfort and headed to the office restroom to change. Once she finished changing, she heard her husband's voice drifting through the door, flirty, giggling sounds that turned her blood cold instantly. Her husband was all over his secretary, pretending to teach her golf, but every move and look screamed obvious attraction. She'd had enough and threw the door open without hesitation. The secretary shot first, mocking her. "I didn't even recognize you as his wife. I thought you were some random rude janitor." Her husband joined in, looking disgusted, and asked why she never bothered to dress nicely when going out. Watching them flirt right in front of her face, she grabbed her soiled pants and hurled them straight at the secretary's face. Everyone in the room froze the second she did it. "Oh my God, that's pee. She just threw pee-soaked underwear at me." Her husband lost his temper instantly, yelling at her for overreacting, then rushed to wipe the liquid off the secretary's face gently. She thought back to her whole pregnancy, late-night leg cramps that left her shaking in pain, every single doctor's visit. He never cared, yet he's soft and sweet with another woman. The stark contrast shattered every last bit of hope she had. Seeing the secretary play the victim, he demanded his wife apologize, but she got so upset she lost control and wet her dress again. Everyone around stared at her with pure disgust. The secretary doused herself in perfume, saying they had a big signing later and couldn't risk reeking of urine. With that snarky remark, she and the man walked out without looking back. "I once thought marriage meant he'd shield me from all storms. Turns out he's the one who brought every storm my way. Now I'm stuck weathering all of it alone." That night, sharp labor pains jolted her awake. She stood up and realized her husband wasn't in bed. His secretary had bad period cramps and texted him to grab medicine and bring it over. She walked over and begged him to stay home. She felt like she could go into labor any minute. He rolled his eyes, annoyed, and told her she was faking pain just out of jealousy. She reminded him she's his wife, but he brushed it off, saying her due date was still 5 days away. "If it really hurts, just drink more hot water." He shoved her aside and left immediately. Once he left, she couldn't hold on any longer and dialed emergency services. She woke up in a hospital bed, and relief washed over her when doctors said the baby was safe. 3 full days passed before he bothered to visit, bringing a durian cake. He had no clue she hates durian. Anyone could tell the cake was left over from his secretary. "I already came to the hospital to see you and comfort you enough." At that moment, she lost all hope and pulled out a pre-written divorce agreement. He flew into a rage, calling her unreasonable, and tore the divorce papers to shreds. He claimed pregnancy is every woman's duty, bragging his secretary's mom worked factory jobs while pregnant, unlike her throwing fits and running to the hospital scaring the baby. Mid-argument, the secretary showed up, saying the company went public and he needed to attend the bell-ringing ceremony. He lit up with excitement, then hesitated, glancing at his sick wife in bed. The secretary told him a man's career always comes first. Despite his wife begging him to stay, he said hospital nurses would take care of her and walked out with the secretary. As she broke down crying, her wealthy parents walked into the ward. She was a lovesick fool back then, cut all contact with her family to marry him. Every bit of his success came from her support. After hearing everything their daughter endured, they swore to get justice for her. Looking at their determined faces, she suddenly felt unstoppable. The day of the company IPO arrived. She showed up in a stunning outfit, drawing every eye in the room. No longer that desperate, insecure wife, she'd transformed into a powerful, vengeful queen. She slowed his watch by 30 minutes ahead of time, then lured him and the secretary backstage. Just as the man and secretary thought they were about to